spot and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the 1st. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it's Chiefs football. First and 10. At their own 32-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. And when we talk about yards after the catch, you think about speedy little receivers, but Travis Kelsey was 3rd in the NFL in 2020 in that category.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play he wasn't just thinking 1st down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. No, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he can easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Jacobs tried to run on 1st down, but he's going to be stopped and taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Carr. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down Raiders, Carr to Waller. Derek Carr, very precise thrower of the football. What's the game plan for going up against him? It used to be take away the short stuff, I know, but he's more than a dink and dunker, right?
And you are right about that. Great analysis of him because he has evolved as a thrower. Now he can push the ball downfield, but still, the number one things you want to take away, short passes, intermediate passes. So sharp, precise, and accurate. You've got to sit on those routes in order to cause him problems.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Here's Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting?
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Taking it right down Broadway. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and the safety gave them the lead. Now they look to build on that lead.
How about what they put together for their team? Scoring points on the defensive side of the ball. Now they flip it over to the offense and say, take it and go with it. Let's extend this lead, guys.
Yeah, one feeds off the other, doesn't it?
It really does. When you can see those guys coming together, you can almost see the excitement of the bench. It's almost palpable what they're getting done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw his Carr. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Carr now on 1st down. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Armani Watts. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football, and Carr's the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Mahomes going to throw. Complete to tight end Kelsey. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Now, these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Mahomes now on the sneak. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
They'll run. Here's Burton, the fullback. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mike Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with the fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, man.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Got his connection complete to Ruggs.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a 1st down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Mahomes now to throw. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. On Edwards-Helaire, I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll stop him short.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Carr. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be a 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Carr now to throw. It's caught left side by John Brown. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Carr to throw again. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Second and 20. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Time they'll keep it on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. They're going to say inside the 35-yard line. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it, and they do so right there.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
So we've come upon halftime here in KC with the Chiefs on top.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Solomon Thomas. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Second and 11 now. From the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, big man with ball admit, bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
The head linesman was right on it. I think they got that spot correct.
Yeah, and so many times officials catch so much grief because of things that may go wrong. You're exactly right. He was on the spot, marked it correctly.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out.
And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We're always talking about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
Carr will look to throw. And this one's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They find some open field here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You think about this strong safety position. They're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season in Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the 1st round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the backfield.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Carl Nassib able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Callaway.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. There goes a deep ball. End zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Carr.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Going to throw. And that will be incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes.
Finding Edwards-Helaire once again.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And that will give him a 12-point lead.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Carr.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas.
Henry Ruggs
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And he returns this to the 22.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense are not set to begin this drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. That one complete to Hill. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards. And that'll make it 3rd down. Here's Carr. He's going to let it go again. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground. But both really started to come in sync. So for Kansas City, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the L.A. Chargers.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll have